Hi everyone, I'm on Grattan Street in Dublin 2, just yards away from the International Protection Office that's around the corner. Now, news has broken the last day that the owners of this restaurant, Mamma Mia restaurant, which has been going since 2009, has decided to shut their doors. Now, this has come at the back of what we've seen over the last number of years in terms of a tent city that has grown up around Mount Street, and still to this day you can see so many barricades around this area. So much of this business was lost because of the impact of people sleeping out here. They were defecating on the streets as well, and it caused major issues for the businesses and the local residents of this community. Quite close by to here, there's actually a senior citizens complex with over 250 occupants living in it, and notwithstanding there's also more apartments here up the laneway right at the back of the International Protection Office on Mount Street in Dublin. Now, I'll just show you a little bit what's a walk up on here. Over the past few years, we've seen the immigration chaos get out of control. We've seen Tent City grow up all around this area, and it's impacting, as I said, businesses, people in the community. It's caused major issues and has forced the closure of that business. As I said, it has been going since 2016. The owner said they weren't supported by the authorities. Any of the authorities didn't come down and support them, and now they've made the sad decision to close. Now, just politicians, the establishment just don't care about small businesses, just couldn't care less. At the same time, you can see the rows and rows of barricades that are still there. Up the road along the Grand Canal, there was a tent city that sprang up over the last number of years, and this is because of the immigration chaos, and of course those claiming international protection. And the facts bear out, even according to the Irish government, 80% of those claiming international protection are economic migrants. But what does the government care when they look for their cheap labour and to force through demographic change in Irish society? As you see all the way along here on Mount Street, very prominent street in Dublin's history that was renowned as well for building up the street, where many of the volunteers during 1916 took possession of and struck against the Sherwood foresters that were on their way across the canal coming from Dunleary to send reinforcements against those who struck for Irish freedom in 1916 up at Clonwilliam House, just not far up the street from here. And as you can see, there's a litany of beautiful Georgian buildings up the street also as well. And beyond, there's a building that was owned by the Leagues of Credit Union in Ireland that is now proposed to be used for international protection applicants, money-making industry. And of course, this has implications, as I said, on the local community. And coincidentally, we can look across the street, and what we have is the European Commission offices in Ireland. Of course, the Irish political establishment are more interested in serving their globalist masters behind those doors, and of course in Brussels, than serving the interests of the people of Ireland, and of course the small businesses as well. And not too far away from here, we also have the headquarters for the Irish Business Employers Confederation, who work for big business, the multinationals and the billionaires, and don't work for the interests of ordinary businesses, despite their claims. But this is what's going on in Dublin. It's been decimated, areas have been ghettoised, and it's just absolutely disgraceful what's happening to a once proud, strong city in terms of what's happening. And those small businesses are the lifeblood of each and every community all around Dublin, much the same to what happened to the owners of small restaurants, seated 20 I think inside, on Grattan Street, just off here on Mount Street, on the way in towards Dublin city centre. So please share my videos, please subscribe. This is what's really taking place in Dublin, and we can see the barricades still here all the way along to prevent people camping out outside the streets of the International Protection Office in Mount Street. So again, thanks so much for supporting my videos. Please subscribe. Just nearly an accident there at the end, guy coming out. And thanks so much for subscribing, and please share my videos, and thanks for everybody who continues to support my videos through buying me a coffee. I'm very, very grateful for all of your support. So from Dublin this evening, Slongafold. Take care. Bye bye.